welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great day and you're feeling amazing. So in today's video, we are going to be doing my siblings' prom nail. I'm gonna have them explain the vibe that they want for the nails. I don't know where they went.
Something to match my outfit. It's gonna be like something dark.
Okay.
Like kind of not goth, but like
Goth inspired, yeah.
edgy kidda.
So I'm gonna have them send the reference pictures to me and I'm gonna pop them for you guys in the video so we can all be aware of what kind of nail I'm trying to do. So if you like the idea of this video and you're excited to see how the nails are gonna come out, continue watching and let's just get started. So I went ahead and sized out the tips that would fit their fingers, and I went ahead with like a stiletto shape. This is the nail tip, like the original nail tip, but they wanted the tip a bit sharper, so I sharpened just the tips of all of the nail tips. And now we can go ahead with the designs, and in this video I am going to be doing all 10 fingers. And after looking at all of the references that I'm gonna be using, it is really gonna be a long video. We're gonna have a lot of different techniques that I've never used before. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of paint all of the nails on one hand, the base colors that they need to be, and then we're gonna start off with the design. Okay, so we are done with all of the base colors, and for the pink hue on one hand, we are not gonna have anything for a base color. We are just gonna have the transparent tip, and now we can move on to the nail art. So for the first nail on our first hand, for the thumb on our first hand, we are going to have a lace design, and I'm gonna pop the inspo pic right here. And if I can find the person who originated the design or who made the design originally, I am gonna credit them down on the bottom. This looks like it's gonna be like a water decal, and I did print out some lace designs, and I do want to try and like cut them out and stick them on the nail. But this is my first time trying out water decals, and I'm not quite sure how they're gonna turn out, so I really do hope it turns out well. I did watch like a couple of videos on the side when I was printing these, and they just said to like cut out the shape that you want and then put it in water till the layer slips. You know what, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm like gonna try it out with you guys, and we're gonna try it together till we succeed. So let me get some water and I'll come right back. Okay, so I have some water on the side over here, and the first thing that I should do is cut out the area of lace that I want for my thumbnail, because I'm not gonna use all of this. So let me get my scissors. So let me just cut it out now. I think this is gonna be good, and I'm gonna cut the whole length. I'm gonna cut this whole piece, the excess on the side. And now what I've seen is you just put it in water. Wait, let me actually prepare my thing. You just put it in water and it should kind of like slip out. Do you know how to do this? So I got my tweezers to kind of slip out the lace. So let's just try. So, ooh, it is kind of like curling. Ooh, the ink is dissolving in the water. Oh my god, the ink is just dissolving. Is it supposed to do that?
I think it's supposed to do like
Wait. What the Okay, you guys, the first attempt did not work at all, and I'm gonna try and cut some out again and try it again. Hopefully the second attempt is gonna be more successful. Okay, you guys, I finally made it work, and it turns out I'm just stupid and I can't read.
Illiterate!
because the instructions clearly state that you have to cover the design with like an acrylic coating or whatever, any like waterproof coating so it doesn't dissolve in the water. So I just went over it with some clear top coat, and I did only one coat, but I think it was a bit too thick, so next time I'm gonna be doing a thinner coat. And I just added the paper in the water and then I slipped it onto the nail. I didn't want to glue on, or I didn't want to stick onto the nail on its own, and I think it's because it was a bit too thick. So what I did was use some nail glue and I kind of like stuck it on, and I'm gonna be doing a nail with you guys right now so I can show you guys how I did it. So let's move on to the middle finger because it's the next finger that we have that will have a decal. So let's go on. And what I have for the middle finger is a picture of, we have a picture of Han from Stray Kids. I don't know if you guys can see the picture. It was really small, like I underestimated how small the pictures should be to go on the nails. And I'm gonna cut this picture out, like the second smallest picture out, and I'm gonna add it. And this is my reference. It's kind of like a nail with like a frame in the middle with the picture inside, and I think it's so cute. So let me cut this one. Okay, and you have to be careful to cut it away from the water because you don't want to accidentally have your picture fall in. So this is the perfect size for the nail. Let me use my tweezers for this actually. And this is, I feel like this is the perfect size for the nail. It's gonna go in the middle right here. So let me just wet it a little bit. And for this part, you kind of want to slip the picture just a tiny bit away from the backing. And this part is kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie, because you kind of have to find a corner that's lifting for you to take the picture away from the backing. Okay, now that you have a corner, I don't know if you guys can see it, but now that you have a corner that's lifted, you can remove the pick. And okay, I did something stupid again. I forgot that the backing is white, so that's why the picture looks white. And I have a black background, so let me do like a white gradient in the middle, and I'm gonna come right back so we can stick them on. Okay, I don't know why my nails keep falling, but we are done with the picture placement on this nail. And I want to go back to the thumb so we can finish it off because it's really simple now. I just have to add some charms and some pearls. And I'm going to take out some of the things that I'm going to be using for the thumb to have everything around me and close by so we can move this smoothly and make the nail look cute. Okay, so what we're going to be using for this nail is a bow, some metal balls, and some pearls to add these strings on the nail. And I'm gonna be using my 3D gel and my UV lamp to cure everything. So let's get started on the placement. Okay, so I'm all done with the thumbnail with our very first nail. It came out super cute. I love how it's like gothic, but at the same time it's still soft with the pearls, and I love the combination of the pearl and the metal balls, and I really love how it looks. So now we can move on to the next nail, which is our pointer finger. I know you guys want to see me do this nail, but I do want to continue in order because when I jump around sometimes it confuses me, and I do like to keep progress of what I do. So I'm gonna jump to the next nail, which is our pointer finger. Okay, so for our pointer finger, I needed some black flowers, but I didn't have some, so I just painted like clear flowers black, and I added a silver top coat or like a silver glittery polish on top to add some variation in color. So I'm gonna start by sticking some charms on the nail, and I'm gonna start with a silver bow. on the bottom, and I'm gonna put the reference on the side here for you guys so you can follow along. And this nail is just gonna be some charm, so I'm gonna put it through a I was gonna say speedrun. I'm gonna put it through like a time-lapse video so you guys can enjoy the charm process. Okay, we are done with the pointer finger. It is quite simple, thank God. There isn't like a lot of complicated designs on this one. I just stuck some of the charms on and I stuck some pearls in between, and now it's time to put it back on the stand and finally move on to the middle finger. And for the middle finger, we're gonna have a frame. I'm gonna pop the reference on the side over here as usual. We're gonna have a frame around it and some charms and details around the nail, so let's get to it. Okay, so we are gonna deviate a little bit from the reference, and I picked out this frame to put on top of Han, and I think it's quite cute, and I got approval from my siblings, so it is okay, but it is not covering so much of his face. I know that the picture is already small, so I didn't want to get something that will cover his face, and I'm gonna stick this in the middle like this, and around it I'm gonna have some rhinestones and some small holographic glitter. And I might have some charms, like other charms, but I think what I'm gonna start with is just sticking on the frame and then doing the glitter and rhinestones, and then we're gonna see what we can add. If there is enough space or if it's gonna look too cluttered, I'm gonna leave it as it is. So let's just add the frame. And I think what I'm gonna do is add the gel on the frame because I don't wanna add gel on top of his face. So I'm just gonna add some gel on the frame, and let me actually hold it with this tweezers. I'm gonna stick it on, making sure that the top of the frame is on top of his head. So let's position it. That is very cute, and I'm gonna cure it quickly because I don't want it to dry. I don't want it to move at all. Now what we have to do is do like some rhinestones and some glitter on the top and the bottom, and I think what they told me to do is sprinkle some of it on. So to do that, I'm gonna get some glue and add it on the bottom first. So just coat the bottom. I'm gonna scrape some of it off with my brush, and then on top of the container I'm just gonna sprinkle it on. Okay, I don't think this is sprinkling. This is more like placing. Actually, I think this glue dries way too quickly. Let me get another glue. I got this thicker glue, and I'm gonna be putting it on and trying again. I think because I have my glue in the sun, it's kind of hardening a little bit because this glue has like a hard exterior and only the inside is soft. So I think I might need to like change where I have my glue. So let me try this again. Oh yeah, that worked so much better. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys a little bit so you can see, but this is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna tap it on the nail and do the same thing on top. Okay, this is how it looks, and it looks super cute. I love the effect that the glitter adds, and it is so small, so the effect, it's not like overpowering the nail, it's not like too much, but against the black background it is super cute. Now I have to add some rhinestones around it, and I have to consult the specialist right now. Okay, what color rhinestones do you want?
Silver.
Okay, silver. I have black.
I don't know black. It's kind of...
Okay, so I'm gonna add some silver rhinestones. This is what the nail looks like. I added some rhinestones on the top and the bottom, and now I just have to set it on the side for it to dry, but I am super in love with how they look so far. I don't know, like the color scheme is so simple and the nails themselves are simple. There's not much nail art, but I really love how they look so far. And now we can move on to the ring finger. Okay, so for the ring finger, we are going back into the lace decal method, and for this one, I'm gonna pop the reference on the side. For this one, we're gonna have have like a French tip that's only the lace part, so I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna achieve that. I think I will either cut out like the shape of a French tip, or I'm gonna place it like horizontal and then like fill in the corners that are missing. But I do want to try and cut out the French tip shape, so let me try and cut the French tip shape. If it turns out bad, I'm gonna try again, but I do want to try doing it. So let's just cut a curved line and spread it and see how it looks. Okay, it's not the worst. Like, it could be worse, but I think it looks good enough. And of course, I also had this covered with a clear top coat because I don't want it to melt in the water. And now I'm just gonna put it in some water, soak it a little bit so I can get the like decal itself to slip away from the backing. And just make sure that you soak every part. You don't want some parts to be lifted and some parts to be stuck, so you rip the whole design. And I'm gonna try and see if it's lifting already. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna remove it from the backing and place it on the nail. I'm gonna use some tissue paper to blot out and dry out the excess water. I really want it to stick on its own without me adding glue, but I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do now. So I'm just gonna use some normal nail glue and just coat the bottom half of the nail. I'm just gonna coat all of the areas that I want the decal to be stuck on and put it back on. Okay, slide it into position. And I'm gonna keep it quite low because I know that we're gonna add some stuff on the nail, so I'm gonna keep it quite low. And I'm gonna use the tissue to kind of rub the design so it would stick everywhere. To remove all of this excess lace, I'm going to use my file and kind of like file it against the hard edge of the nail. I don't know how to describe this, but I'm like rubbing the lace away, or like you see what I mean? It's kind of like cutting away from the hard edge.
The next day.
Hey guys, we are back and we are on the second day of doing these nails. So what I have left on the first hand is the right finger and the pinky finger. For the pinky, I just covered the whole nail with lace, and I did some black gradient from the base with just normal nail polish. And now for the ring finger, we can finish it up. So the design for the ring finger is going to be over here on the side, and there's like ruffles and pearls and gems, I think, but I don't really have the mold for the ruffles, so I'm gonna substitute it with gems, or I'm gonna figure out a way to do it with my 3D gel. I know it's frustrating for you guys to see me substituting a lot of the designs, but I just like to make the designs with whatever I have, and I am working on getting more supplies to make the nails look more like the references. But for now, we are just going to go in with some substitutions, and let's just do the nail together. Okay guys, we are finally done with the first hand, and this is what it looks like. And I am really happy with how they turned out. I feel like it's a really cohesive set, and now it's time to move on to the second hand. I am gonna go over with a base color for each of them, so let's do it quickly and we'll jump right back into the nail art. For the thumbnail, I'm gonna pop the reference on the side, and we have a charm in the middle, and then we have like a metal chain around the nail itself. But unfortunately, I don't have a metal chain. I'm gonna substitute it with a 3D gel. And for the charm in the middle, I have something special, and I'm gonna make the charm myself, and I'm gonna do it with you guys on camera so we can see the process of how I make charms. Okay, so this is what the thumb looks like, and now I'm just gonna put it on the side so we can make the charm. So I'm gonna make the charm with this Sculpey clay, and it's like an oven baked clay. And the charm that I'm gonna make is Wolfchan, so I'm gonna make his head, and I'm gonna pop his head on the side here because my sibling wanted like a Stray Kids gothic style nail, and I wanted to have a custom made charm for them. I broke a piece off of the big block and I used my hair dryer to soften it a little bit because a little bit of heat will soften it, but be careful not to use too much heat because you can actually like cook or set the outside layer, so be careful with that. And now I'm just gonna knead it and sort of form the shape of Wolfchan's head. Hi you guys, so I wanted to mention quickly that I am using a mic for this clip and the clips that are coming after because I do want to try something different with my audio quality because I've been noticing that the previous videos have kind of sketchy audio quality, so I am trying to use this new mic today and I really hope the audio quality is going to be improved. If it does not change, I will either, if it sounds worse than it did before, I will go back to my normal setup. But if it improves, this is going to be something that I'm going to be using my videos, my upcoming videos, to have a better video experience for you guys. So I just wanted to come in and say this quickly. But now we can continue on with the nail art. Okay guys, so this is what Wolfchan looks like. I think he looks a little bit derpy. He looks kind of funny but in a cute way, and I'm just gonna let him dry completely before I top coat him. And now we can move on to the next two nails. And for these two nails, I am gonna pop the reference for both of them on the side because we are gonna have chrome on both. So I'm just gonna do the chrome quickly. Okay, so we are back and I'm going to jump into the pointer finger, and the design that I'm going to do for the pointer finger is going to be on here on the side. So we can see some charms, some frames I think on the top and the bottom of the nail. And I do have this bag of gems that I can use in the middle of the frame, and these are the frames that I have. So let's put them out and see what options I have. Okay, so because we're going for a silver theme today on these nails, I'm gonna choose between my silver frames. For now, I am gonna use these two. Let's just get going on the charm. Okay, so we have this frame that we're gonna use on the pointer finger. I changed my mind and I asked my sibling if they want both frames, and they said they want only one frame at the bottom, and then at the top I should go ahead with like metal balls. And inside this frame I'm gonna go ahead with this gem and place it in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's like kind of shiny, but it looks really beautiful and it's matching the theme. And I'm gonna be using my 3D gel, so I'm gonna be using it and adding some on the bottom here, but I think I'm gonna add the gel on the charm first, just to make sure that I'm adding it on every part of the charm. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the wind, but it's a really windy day today. And in the morning it wasn't really windy, but as soon as I started filming, it was like, okay, the wind, this is my time now. Okay, this is how it looked. And I'm gonna plop some 3D gel in the middle of the frame to add the gem. Okay, I'm just gonna try and add it with my fingers, and perfect. It looks really cute, and now I'm gonna cure it so we can come back and finish up this nail. Okay, so for the rest of the nail, we have some design on top, and I'm gonna achieve that using three things, and I'm gonna be using these metal balls and these holographic glitters. That's always a tough word to say. And I'm gonna be using some small rhinestones to add I'm gonna add it in the little shape that I'm gonna make on top. So let's start off with the shape, and I'm gonna be using these little pearls, these metal pearls, to do it. Okay, so I am done with the pointer finger, and I added some stripes on the sides and the top, or just overall some stripes on the background where it shows. With this nail polish, it's like a pearly black because I wanted to tie in the whole grunge effect on all of the nails, and I felt like the silver chrome on its own was too shiny and too bright. So I am happy with how the nail looks, and I'm gonna jump onto the middle finger. And the middle finger, it's gonna have like a frame in the middle. Let me pop up my reference for you guys and for me as well. So in the reference, it does have a frame in the middle, but I am gonna replace the frame with a silver bow, and I have it right here. And it does have black in the background, so I am gonna go in with this same black and draw some designs on it to tie in all of the nails together. And then after that, I'm gonna add the bow in the middle and then some pearlies around it to make it look cuter. So let's get started. If I use like a stiff brush, it's kind of gonna deposit the color unevenly, and it's gonna make it like weathered out a little bit. So I really like that design. Okay, so I did a quick French tip on this nail, and I did it off camera because it is gonna take quite some time for this black to dry, so I didn't wanna make you guys just wait, or I guess you guys are not gonna wait. I didn't wanna wait for it to dry while I'm not doing anything, so when I was curing this, I painted this quickly. And oh, I wanna show you guys how this turned out. It looks super cute. It's like, I love the mix of dainty designs and grungy designs at the same time. I guess the hardness and softness of both designs look really good together, and I'm gonna move on to this one. So for the French tip, on top of the black, I am gonna go in with this nail polish, and I used this on the finger which had Han on it, and I don't know why I was off camera for that one, but I used this on the finger which had Han on it in the frame, and I want to tie it in because on this nail, I am gonna add another member of Stray Kids, and I'm gonna add Felix, and you can kind of see his little picture down here. So I'm just gonna put this on as a base to tie both nails together, and when it dries, I am gonna add the picture, and I'm gonna slip it on with you guys on camera. So I'm just gonna let this dry for now, and we'll come right back to stick on the picture and the frame. Okay guys, I had an idea and I wanted to come in quickly to see if it's gonna work. So to add any picture on a dark background, I have to paint like a white background behind it, and I was thinking, can I like stick the picture on the nail polish while it's drying so that it would be kind of ingrained into it? Or I don't know if it's gonna work, to be honest, but we're gonna try. So I do believe it is ready. Just slide it off, and as you can see, the design shows because of the background, like the white backing, but once you remove it off, the design is just transparent. So what I'm gonna do is put it on here and stick it on the white. Okay, that looks super cute. I don't know if you guys can see though. It looks super cute. I hope you guys can see what it looks like. And now we can stick on the frame itself on top. So let me go ahead and do that. And as usual, I'm just going to be...
Excuse me. I need your help. You need to kill me.
Using some 3D gel to do it. And the reason why I apply the 3D gel on the back of the charm instead of on the nail itself is because I do want to make sure that I get every single spot on the frame. And this is what it looks like. It looks super cute. I love how he's framed in the charm. And I think I might have some space to add something on the side over here and on the bottom. But let me just clean up any gel that's leaking onto Felix. And you guys see what I mean when it's touching places that I might have not added gel when I put it on the nail. So adding the gel on the charm itself will make sure that any point that is touching the nail will have gel. Okay, you guys, so this is what the final ring finger looks like, and I really love how it looks. It's so cute. I love, oh my god, I just love the frame, and I love how Felix looks in there. And when I'm top coating everything, I will make sure to add like a blob of top coat in the middle. But now we can finally move on to the last nail of today's set, and it's going to be the pinky nail. And the pinky nail is going to have this design on here, and as you can see, it's like lettering and like gothic lettering and gothic typeface. They told me to reference Han's tattoo. He had like a tattoo on his chest and it had like the word blessed on it, and I'm gonna put the picture of the tattoo over here. So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'm gonna be using this brush. The thing that I'm most worried about actually is trying to fit every letter on there, so I'm gonna try and plan it out first. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of like ingrain this picture in my mind. Because I do have to erase this, I'm not gonna keep these rough marks on the nail, but at least now I know where each letter is supposed to go, and I'm gonna be ready to actually execute the design. So let's just start. You know what? Sometimes I might complain and say, oh, this design is like hard, and like tell my sibling to change it, but I'm actually happy that I'm getting the chance to do designs that are challenging me a little bit, because I don't know, like I feel like sometimes when I'm doing designs for myself or like just a normal video where I'm not asking someone for the design inspo, I feel like I don't really challenge myself that much. So I really do appreciate videos like this where I get to ask other people for inspo, and they normally do give me harder inspo that I usually pick for myself. So I'm quite glad that I get this opportunity, and I want to show you guys that you just don't have to settle for, okay, I think it's starting to rain. That's okay, I guess it's I didn't want to tell you guys or give you guys the idea that I'm just settling for just easy designs. I do want to show you guys that you can go for harder designs on your own. You can try and do whatever designs you want if you try hard enough or if you put enough time, because I can definitely spend hours on this nail and perfect it so it can be a carbon copy of Han's design, but sometimes you do have to balance the amount of time you put into a nail and if the amount of time is gonna make a difference at the end. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess I just have to work on the way I explain things, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, you guys, so this is what the nails look like, and I really love how the blessed nail came out. I realized that I might have gone a bit too far down on the nail instead of like keeping all of it on the center, like keeping the baseline of the text on the center of the nail, but I did show it to my sibling and they said it looked good and they didn't notice anything wrong with it, so I guess it's gonna be our secret. But I really love how they turned out, and I did add a glossy top coat off camera because I really was scared that this nail wasn't going to be dry enough and I didn't want to smear it on camera. So I am gonna let my sibling try them on and we can move on to the last portion of this video. Okay, you guys, so I am done with the nails and my sibling has them on. And I'm gonna pop a video. Why do you look lobotomized? I'm gonna have like a video on the side so you can see them better. But do you want to show the camera right now? Okay, what do you think of the nails?
I actually really like them. I was going to...
Okay, you need to act more excited.
Okay. Excited, صح?
Yes.
Oh my god! I really like them. They're so good. Like, look at these.
Okay, not that much. No. What do you really think about the nails?
Okay, no, because I actually do really like them. They turned out way better than Wait, what? They turned out really nice. And I didn't expect them to be this long, which I'm very glad that they are this long. Because they just add to the dark vibe.
Okay, I don't need you now. Okay, you guys, we reached the end of the video and I really hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you for sticking this long and coming along this journey with me. It was a long process, but I'm really happy with the results. So comment down below which nail you like the best and let me know what other ideas you want to see in the future. Like the video if you enjoyed watching it and make sure you're subscribed to my channel and turn the notifications on because I'm gonna have some really interesting videos coming in the future and I don't want you guys to miss them, so make sure you're subscribed and you have the notification bell turned on. And check out my Instagram and my community posts because I post a lot of updates between set and in between videos so you don't miss me and you can see what I'm up to in between the weeks that I upload. And I'm just happy you guys are here till the end of the video and I hope you enjoyed this video today. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye!